prices will be capped for a year starting April under the new emergency ordinance the government in Bucharest passed on Friday. So household consumers who do not exceed 100 kilowatts per month will be paying 0.68 lei per kilowatt, VAT included. For a consumption under 300 kilowatts, the fee will be 0.80% lei per kilowatt at the most. Under the new law, non-household consumers will be charged up to 1 leu per kilowatt, Romania's Prime Minister Nicolae Ciucă says, adding that the prices for gas will be around 0.31 lei for household consumers and no more than 0.37 lei per kilowatt for non-household consumers. The measures are meant to offer stability to both the citizens and the business environment, at the same time being in accordance with the free market rules. The measures will be applied from April the 1st this year until March the 31st, 2023. Companies that fail to comply with the aforementioned rules are subject to fines, and the impact of the new measures has been estimated at 2.9 billion euros by the end of the year. 6 working groups will be organized at government level in Bucharest for a better handling of the situation of the Ukrainian refugees who may choose to stay in Romania. 4 of these are dealing with issues related to health, education, access to the labor market and accommodation. The other 2 will deal with those vulnerable, children and young people. The total number of Ukrainian refugees who have made it to Romania in the past 3 weeks since the beginning of the conflict has almost reached 500,000. However, very few of them applied for asylum and only about 80,000 have chosen to remain in Romania. According to official data, 32,000 of them are minors, and accommodation facilities have been occupied 70%. Authorities and civil society are making efforts to provide proper accommodation conditions, food, medical assistance and education for their children. A lot of companies have come up with job offers for the refugees. The European Commission has decided to earmark special funds to Romania in an attempt to enable the country to cope with a large number of refugees. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Saturday made an appeal to Moscow to resume talks on peace and security in the region, because otherwise the consequences for Russia will be felt by several generations, France Press reports. Several rounds of peace talks have been staged since Russia commenced its onslaught on the neighboring Ukraine on February the 24th. In another move, Zelensky announced the Ukrainians who got relocated because of the war were going to get assistance. He explained the ministers of the Ukrainian government are working on a program on providing support to those who had to abandon their homes or flee the war. The Russian army carries on its operations in the regions of Luhansk in the east of Ukraine, where many people have been killed and houses destroyed. Russian warplanes on Friday destroyed 69 military targets in Ukraine, including 3 S-300 anti-aircraft defense units.
To today's show. And would you rather have a crush on someone than a real relationship? Just think about it for a second. For today's program, I'm joined by Wang Shen in the studio and Liu Yan on the line. First, on today's rant table. The vast majority of internet users today rely on peer-review platforms before making a purchase, from books to restaurants, hotels, and even airplane seats. Users happily rely on online services to aid them in making informed choices.
ba siya gusto na speaker masteras. Kaçanay ko makoko timis.
At a state deemed to be very worrying.
Radio Romania, at the start of the broadcast, they ask for signal reports and you'll get a QSL card and stuff. Send them a QSL card of signal report.
Presence, which is why Romania acts to continue to increase Allied military presence in our country. President Bucharest, Estonian President Arkaris.
So that's a quick shortwave listening on 7 megahertz.
It was necessary to reduce reliance on Russian energy sources.
This evening, we just put a long wire up again this afternoon. And
after meeting the Romanian head of state,
working really well.
Spanish.
Not a lot of noise off it as well. The last one was S7 noise at best, so we're doing good. Unfortunately, there's a silly contest on.
Radio Charlie 7 Kilo Yankee, Radio Charlie 7 Kilowatt Yankee.
So I'd rather listen to shortwave listening than that garbage. These people, where are these people where are these people during the weeks when the band's dead? You know what I mean? You couldn't get up through this afternoon, you couldn't even get a spare frequency. CQ contest. Anyway, bedtime, catch you later.